We are here today at the Des Moines Community Playhouse with Executive Director David Kilpatrick.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're here to talk about the theater and how it helps to build self-confidence, develop imagination, and teamwork.
Yes. Well, theater, of course, is actually one of those neat, fun, exciting activities because you get a chance to showcase. So you have to stand up in front of people and talk to them, which makes being confident very, very important. Second of all, we don't ever build a magical theater inside. We build it inside our heads. So that allows us to use our imagination. And theater is about working together. So that's all very exciting because we have to work with our partners. But the three types of theater we want to talk about today, of course, are readers theater, pantomime theater, and of course, puppetry. And all of these are ways we're going to tell a story.
Ooh, this is going to be so exciting. So now it's time to pause that video and talk with your den or family about the different types of what type you would like to see or perform. So we're going to resume the video when you are done. Okay, so the first type of performance that we're going to talk about today is pantomime. So David, tell us more about pantomime.
Well, pantomime is a type of theater where we actually don't speak. It's one of our favorites for many who are afraid of their scripts because you just have to act out. But what's really neat and exciting about pantomime is you also have your audience has to act out too. They have to picture in their mind what it is you're doing. So you have to be very careful because you can't tell them. You can't use words. You just use action. Like, I'm digging a ditch. You don't say that. You just go and let the audience guess. That's pantomime.
I love it. That's perfect because that is a great way to perform pantomime as you were just showing. Digging a ditch would be with a game of charades, and I'm sure all of you have played charades before. This is how you play. You would say movie. What is another one? 2 syllables. You could do what's another? Oh, book. You could do that. So that's how you would play. You'd write down simple items like animals, emotions, or simple actions that put them in a hat or a bowl, and then the scouts has to act out the word in the card so that the den or family can guess the word. So you know how to play. Pause the video now and then play a game of charades with your den or your family. Hey David, now that our next topic we're going to talk about is readers theater. So how would a family or a den put on this type of production?
Well, readers theater is, of course, one of those productions and styles that's really easy because you have the script in your hand. So you're going to actually read the story. So somebody's written the story for you and you're going to read it. Each of you has been assigned a character or you get to pick for one and you all have the same script. So that's important. Make sure you get a copy. Everybody gets a copy, and then you read the story, you saying only your lines, and your family member or den member saying their lines, and together you're going to tell the story that's in the script. And then if you get really good, you memorize it, but that's later. Right now, readers theater is sharing and telling a story by reading the script out loud.
I love that. Yeah. That's really nice. So now it's your turn to take the stage. You're going to hand out the skit parts, pass the video, and resume when completed. Oh, so you're going to pause this video and then you're going to resume when completed. Now, with your den or family, make a mask of what you thought your character looked like, and then pause the video and get crafty. Okay, so the last type of theater production you had mentioned was puppetry!
Yay! Our favorite. And why is puppetry our favorite? Well, one is, of course, because it allows you to be brave again. You get to be self-confident because my puppet can say things that I might be afraid to say. But I could look at him and say, "Hi, Duck." "Hi, my name is not Duck, I'm Goose." And I could say, "But I thought your name was Duck Duck Goose."
Waka waka.
Puppetry is a fun way of letting somebody else do the talking, and that's the neat thing about puppets.
I love puppetry. This is going to be so exciting. So here are a couple of different types of theater. These are a couple of different types of puppets that you can make at home. As you can see, I have a sock puppet. This is just a simple sock. It looks like they just put some eyes on it and of course some bling, but you can also use tongue depressors, you can use construction paper and pipe cleaners, a finger puppet out of construction paper, and markers. So time to get crafty again and make your own puppet. Pause the video and resume when completed. A lot of fun doing different types of theater productions with our den or at home.
Absolutely.
But as I'm sure you know, David, there's nothing like attending a live theater performance.
It's exactly about live theater performance where you get to share the space. You laugh out loud and the actors hear you and your fellow audience members hear you. And even if you're a little sad, it's okay. We don't mind because that's what makes live theater so interactive. We get to share with each other what we're doing, and that's important. And so there's going to come a time when you're going to get to go see a show, and we invite you to do so.
Yes, we know that that might not be possible right now, but there are other ways to have a similar experience.
Absolutely. Perhaps sharing a movie on the television screen.
Yes.
And there are also some shows available that you can watch. Like, for example, my favorites is Newsies, which is on Disney.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
And that's watching a show together. And that's something very, very valuable. So.
Yes. That is really awesome. Now, and I'm sure either in person or with your den or your family, there should be some behaviors Scouts should use.
Sure.
So what are those behaviors?
Well, when going to the theater, remember that the person on the stage is live just like you. So you want to treat them with manners just like you. So when they're speaking, you don't want to speak while they're speaking. But if they say something that's funny, let them know by laughing out loud. Absolutely. And when they're singing and it's really pretty song, enjoy it, but then let them know you really liked it by applauding really loud. It just shares. It's part of the community that takes place together when you're going to the theater. But otherwise, just treat them respectfully like you would like to be treated.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, that completes our Tiger Adventure. I would like to thank David and the Des Moines Community Playhouse for helping to introduce theater to Scouts.
Our pleasure.
And until our next adventure, be safe and do your best.